Module 11 General description of helminth parasite affecting domestic animal and bird. General description of helminth parasite affecting domestic animal and bird. Learning objective. After reading this module, the student will understand the following: phylum Platyhelminthes, phylum Nematohelminthes, phylum Acanthocephala, phylum Arthropoda, kingdom Protista. Taxonomy of animal parasite: kingdom Animalia, kingdom Protista. Phylum Platyhelminthes. Phylum Platyhelminthes. Dorsoventrally flattened worm, unsegmented or pseudo-segmented body, parasite of gastrointestinal tract or viscera. Hermaphrodite, body cavity absent, organ are embedded in tissue parenchyma, covered by with thin membrane called cuticle, which may be smooth, spiny, or tuberculated organ of attachment such as sucker, hooks, or both three are present excretory organ in the phlegm cell or solenocyte. There are two classes wise: trematode fluke and cystode tapeworm. Trematode fluke and cystode tapeworm. Class trematode fluke. Class trematode fluke. Class trematode flukes. Class trematode flukes. Endoparasite with complex life cycle involving snail and as intermediated host and vertebrate host as definitive host. Adult live in gut or tissue of vertebrate host and reproductive sexually. Larval stage live in tissue of snail, mollusk, and undergo asexual reproduction. Class Cystoda tapeworm. Class Cystoda tapeworm. Adults are endoparasite in gut of vertebrate, pseudo-segmented and hermaphrodite. Uptake of nutrient occurs through the teguments. The body divided into scolex, neck, and strobila. Strobila consists of a linear series of proglottids. Each proglottid carries a set of female and male reproductive organs. Life cycle is indirect and involves one or two intermediate hosts. Immature form, bladder worm or larval tapeworm in tissue of intermediate host. Phylum Nematohelminthes. Phylum Nematohelminthes. Phylum Nematohelminthes, unsegmented and round one with complete digestive tract. Mouth and anus are on opposite end to the body. No circulatory or respiratory system. Class Nematode is only of parasite importance. Class Nematoda. Class Nematoda include many free-living and parasitic roundworm, cylindrical and metamerically segmented. Body cavity pseudocoelom is present. Cuticle is present with modification that help to identify the different species. Digestive tract consists of mouth, pharynx, esophagus, intestine, cecum, and anus. Anus is not terminal as in annelids, so that a tail is present. Sacs are separated, phlegm cells or cilia are absent. Life cycle is either direct or indirect. Phylum Acanthocephala. Phylum Acanthocephala. Acanthus thorn Cephali head. Phylum Acanthocephala. Thorny headed worm, cylindrical with thick cuticle and retractable proboscis provided with spine or hooks. Alimentary canal absent. Sexes separate. Life cycle indirect with an invertebrate intermediate host. Macrocantherorhynchus Hirudinacus in the stomach of pigs. Intermediate hosts are crustaceans. Module 12 Veterinary Helminthology. Module 12 Veterinary Helminthology. Veterinary Helminthology. Learning objectives. After reading this module, the learner will understand the following: helminthic infection affecting livestock, its morphology, life cycle, transmission, pathogenesis, clinical sign, diagnosis, treatment and control. Various trematodes, cystodes, and nematodes affecting man and animal. Recent advance in the development of vaccine and other international regulation for use of for novel control measure. Veterinary helminthology and introduction. Veterinary helminthology and introduction. The name helminth is derived from the Greek word helmin or helminthos means a worm. Helminth is a helminth is applied only to the parasite and non-parasite species belonging to the phylum Platyhelminthes, Fluke, flatworm, and tapeworm, and phylum Nematohelminthes, roundworm. Roundworm. Characteristics of phylum Platyhelminthes. Characteristics of phylum Platyhelminthes. They are dorso-ventrically flattened. They are bilaterally symmetrical. Usually hermaphrodite. Body cavity is absent. Organs are embedded in specialized connective tissue known as parenchyma. Excretory organs are called phlegm cells. No definite anus. Excretory organs are called phlegm cells. No definite anus. Respiratory and circulatory system are absent. Life cycle is usually indirect. Phylum consists of 4 classes. Class Turbellaria iddiworm. They are non-parasitic species living in freshwater, sea and land. Body has ciliated covering. They are not occurring in domestic animals. Trematoda flukes. They are ectoendoparasite. The teguments are sensorial and absorptive. Alimentary canal and adhesive organ are well developed. Eucystoda, true cystode. They are elongated tape-like endoparasite. They have no alimentary canal. Food is absorbed through surface. Teguments are sessile and highly absorptive, usually divided into segments. Adhesive organ at anterior end. Cotyloda. They are previously classified as Cystoderia, mainly parasite of fish, except few genus occurs in man and domestic animals. Scolex lacks true hold fast organ. The segmentation may be absent or indistinct. Characteristics of class Trematoda. Characteristics of class Trematoda. Characters of class Trematoda. Common name Trematodes or fluke or flatworm. Trematoda derived from the Greek word trem means hole. They are equipped with hooks or sucker for anchor. Characters. Body is dorso-ventrally flattened, unsegmented and leaf-like. All organs are embedded in parenchyma and there is no body cavity. Sucker or hook or clamp are present to attach to the host. The mouth or aperture part and alimentary canal is present but no anus. Mouth lead to muscular pharynx, esophagus followed by 2 branched or unbranched ceca. The branched excretory system has phlegm cell and it discharges the waste product into excretory bladder which usually has a posterior opening. All trematodes are hermaphrodite except the member of the family Cystiosomatidae which are unisexual. The life cycle is usually indirect in digenia and direct in monogenia. 3 subclasses under the class Trematode are subclass Aspidogastria. Subclass Aspidogastria. Most of them have only one host, a mollusk. A few found in turtle and fishes with mollusk and lobster as intermediate host, but none are found in domestic animals. Adhesive organ on ventral side known as barrier disc or opisthopter. Monogenia. Parasite of cold aquatic vertebrate, fishes, amphibian and reptile. Most of them are ectoparasite. None of domestic animal. Life cycle is direct. They have posterior adhesive organ called as haptor which serve a sucker, clamp or hooks. They are oviparous or viviparous. Dysgenia. Dysgenia. All these species are parasite in mammal, bird and human. They have two sucker. Oral sucker found on dorsal side of the anterior end. Ventral sucker found on ventral surface. Life cycle is indirect. It requires one or two intermediate hosts. Invariably, snail act as first IH. Common form of adult digenetic trematodes. Distome, monostom, gasterostom, amphistome, echinoostom, strigioid, cystostom. Module 3. Phylum Platyhelminthes. Phylum Platyhelminthes. Phylum Platyhelminthes. Learning objective. After reading this module, the learner will be understand the following general character of digenetic trematode, various systems of digenetic trematode, egg and larval stage of digenetic trematodes. Phylum Platyhelminthes introduction. Characters of subclass Dysgenia. Trematode is derived from the Greek word which means worm with holes. Trematodes are dorso-ventrally flattened fluke that are slender and leaf-like or possess fleshy body. Absence of body activity as coelomate, cuticle or tegument may be smooth or spiny. Parasite of alimentary canal or associated organ or in blood vessels. Most are hermaphrodite except cystosome. Life cycle is complex and indirect. Organ of attachment include an anterior sucker known as oral sucker placed at the anterior end of the body and the ventral sucker also known as acetabulum at the anterior third of ventral surface, but position varies from species to species or may be absent. For example, in liver fluke and lancet fluke, the acetabulum is at the anterior third of the ventral surface, while in amphistome it is located at the posterior end. Characters of digenetic trematodes. Character of digenetic trematodes. Digestive system, excretory system, nervous system. Digestive system. Digestive system. Digestive system open as mouth with oral sucker, followed by muscular pharynx, then esophagus. Esophagus lead to two branches, ceca, and in a blind manner. This is known as in trematode. The absorption and digestion may occur through suctorial mouth, muscular pharynx, extracorporeal digestion, or by pinocytosis in trematodes. Oral sucker, pharynx, serous, vagina, metrium, ventral sucker, ovary, oviduct, mammary canals, vitelline reservoir, accessory collecting tubule, anterior collecting tubule, common collecting tubule, posterior collecting tubule, uterus, common collecting tubule, phlegm cell, excretory bladder, excretory pore, testes, vas efferents, cecum, vitelline gland, vitelline duct, vas deferens, seminal vesicle, internal seminal vesicle, prostate gland, esophagus, prepharynx. Excretory organ. Excretory organ consists of bladder, a collecting organ from which number of branched tubes run out to the parenchyma and they end in phlegm cell. Each phlegm cell collected the waste product from its surrounding area and discharged into the bladder. Bladder open externally through excretory pore situated at the posterior extremity of body. Phlegm cells are arranged bilaterally in a definite pattern. This arrangement may be expressed by simple formula known as phlegm cell formula. Phlegm cell formula is important for identification of species. Nervous system. Nervous system. Nervous system consists of circumesophageal ring of fiber and paired ganglia, from which three pair of nerves forwardly and three pair of nerve run posteriorly which supply to the anterior body. Sense organ is absent in adult but seen in young larval stage. Example, miracidium and Cercaria possesses eye spot patches of pigment. Reproductive system. Reproductive system. Digenetic except the member of family Cystiosomatidae. Male reproductive organ. In male, two tests are present, which may be spherical lobe or divided into number of small bodies. The vasa efferentia unite the form a vas difference. The vas difference widens distally to form vesiculum seminal and is a serous or penis. Serous may be enclosed by serous sac. Female reproductive system. Female reproductive system consists of ovary which discharge the ova into the oviduct. Oviduct via receptaculum seminalis and a narrow a canal. Lorer canal. A pair of vitelline gland or vitellaria with number of follicles are placed laterally, which discharges into the yolk duct. Yolk duct joined with oviduct in a spatial widened portion. Ootype. Ootype is surrounded by Mahalis unicellular gland. Mahalis and yolk gland collectively known as cell gland. Egg after leaving the ootype enter into the uterus. The uterus may be short or much convoluted and open through genital pore is situated anterior-ventral surface or posterior-lateral. Genital pore is surrounded by sinus or atrium. In some species, the sinus or atrium develop into sucker known as genital sucker. Cotyloforum. Genital sinus, metatarsus, uterus, vitelline, serous, sac, pars prostatica, vesicula seminalis, vas differens, vitelline duct, lower canal, ovary, Mahalis gland, oocyte, testes. Egg of trematodes. Egg of trematodes. Usually the trematode egg have operculum, a lid or cap-like structure at the anterior end, but cystosome egg has terminal spine. In most of the species, the egg are developed in the uterus, so they are ready to hatch immediately after laying. Generally, the trematode egg hatch in the water, but in Diacrylinium dendriticum, the egg hatch only after ingested by the snail intermediate host. Hatching of egg is controlled by number of factors like light, temperature, and salinity of water. Egg cannot withstand desiccation. Under favorable conditions, larvae hatches out from the egg. Fasciola egg, amphiostom egg, Paragonium egg, Cystiosome egg. Miracidium, roughly triangular in shape, anterior end is broad and has a spine. Body is covered with ciliated ectoderm. Miracidium usually provided with excretory and nervous system, sac-like intestine and eye spot. Number of germ cells attached to the wall of the body. It does not feed. Further development occurs only after entering into the snail eyes. Penetrate into the snail eyes is assisted by boring action of Miracidium and enzyme secretory by apical gland and penetration gland. After entering into the snail eyes, it is ciliated covering is lost and becomes sporocyst. Module 14 Life cycle of trematode. Life cycle of trematode. Life cycle of trematode. Learning objective. After reading this module, the learner will understand the following: various life cycle pattern of parasitic trematode, various developmental stage encountered in the life cycle of parasitic trematode, importance of intermediate host in the transmission of parasitic trematode, type of Cercaria. Types of Cercaria: Gymnocephalus cercaria possesses two suckers situated close to each other. Tail is simple, stylet or spine is absent. Fasciola gigantica. Giphidocercus cercaria. Giphidocercus cercaria have two suckers situated close to each other. Oral sucker armed with stylet. Tail is simple. Example: Dracrocelium dendriticum. Amphistome cercaria. Amphistome cercaria have two suckers situated at and not close to each other. Tail is absent. Tail is simple. Eye spots are present. Sorry. Example: amphistome. Furcocercus cercaria. Furcocercus cercaria tail is usually forked. Suckers are close to each other. Example: cystostome. Metacercaria. Metacercaria after space from the snail eyes, the cercaria insist on or in the second eyes or on the vegetation or herbage. The ancested from undergoes physiological maturation and become infective stage. Ancested cercaria is known as metacercaria. Cystogenous gland in the cercaria from a cyst. It is the last and effective stage of trematode, so it has to reach the DH to complete the life cycle. Metacercaria may enter to D or H passively along with contaminated water or vegetation. After entering X, cessation occurs in the intestine of DH and the immature fluke move to site of predilection. Metacercaria in grass blade that survive for up to 6 months in tropical climate. Basic life cycle pattern of trematode. Basic life cycle pattern of trematode. Invariably, all trematode parasites require snail as a first eye in which various developmental changes occur. Sometimes daughter sporocyst and daughter radium may occur. Some species of trematode requires only one eye or edge. Example: snail for completion of their life cycle. Example: Fasciola gigantica, while other Dicrolium dendricum require two eye or edge. Snail as a first eye or edge, brown, and second eye or edge. Based on the development change in the life cycle of trematode, life cycle can be classified into 4 types. In this life cycle pattern, radial stage is absent, but metacercaria stage is present. Cercaria is produced by daughter sporocyst. Infective stage is metacercaria found in the second eye or edge. Example: Dicrolium dendricum D or edge acquire infection by injection of infected second eye or edge. Both radial and metacercarial stage are absent. Cercaria is produced by daughter sporocyst. The infective stage is cercaria. Final host D or edge acquired infection by penetration of cercaria. Example: Cystosome species. All the developmental stages occur except daughter sporocyst or daughter radia. The cercaria is produced by radia. Infective stage in metacercaria occur on the vegetation or bottom of the water. D or edge host acquired infection by injection of metacercaria along with water or herbage. Fasciolidae and Amphistomidae. Non-sporocyst stage radia is produced directly by Miracidium. The first intermediate host will be invariably snail and may also involve other intermediate hosts such as ant, dragonfly, nymphal stage crab, crustacean, or fishes as second intermediate host. Classification. Classification. The following family are genera under the subclass Dygenia are of veterinary and medical importance and have been dealt with in this textbook. Family Dicrocelidae, genera Dracolium, Eurythrema, family Heterophydae, genus Heterophyes, family Prostogonimidae, genus Prostogonimum, family Opisthorhynchidae, genera Opisthorhynchi Clonorchis, family Fasciolidae, genera Fasciola Fasciolidae, Fasciolopsis, family Echinostomateidae, genera Echinochemus, Artificinostomes, family Notocotylidae, genera Notocotylas, Eugemocotyle, family Triglotrematidae, genus Triglotrema, family Paragonidae, genus Paragonimum, family Paramphistomatidae, genera Paramphistomum, Cotylophora, Gigantocotyle, Gastrothyrex, Phascoideus, Carmirias, Gastrodiscoids, Pseudodiscus, family Cystosomatidae, genera Cystosoma, Orientobilhargia. Thank you.